and into the light. Stand tall and be ready to fight. Get your mind right. Time flies, stop wasting your time. I'm going for mine to the end of the line. Never said it was easy, but steady I climb. Staying focused in the limelight. Get your mind right. Time flies, stop wasting your time. I'm going for mine.
Peace, my friends. How y'all feel out there? It's your guy, Kool Ken, checking in. Get Your Mind Right podcast. And I have another great, special guest in the building who we're going to honor today, Mr. Cornell Beachem Jr. How you feeling today, sir?
I'm feeling good. How you feeling?
I'm great. Thank you so much for pulling up today. I always start the show off by kind of bragging on you. You're up and coming, but you've done some great things already, from being a national wrestling champion at Mount St. Joseph University, to now being one of the best top up-and-coming MMA fighters. You also had a tryout with the Cincinnati Bengals as a two-sport athlete. Let's talk about that a little bit, man. How was it, like, wrestling in high school, playing football in high school, wrestling and playing football in college, up to what you're doing now?
Man, it was just a lot of time dedicated, a lot of hours put in like practice, and basically just doing the right things, like not following the wrong crowd so I could have time to put the work in to do those sports. But it's a very strategic process if you want to be high level at both sports, though.
Yeah, and you were definitely high level. I had an opportunity to not only watch you come up in the high school ranks. How'd you finish out in high school?
2-time state placer, 3rd and 4th. I was 52-0 in the semis. I feel like I should have won it, but everything happened for a reason. Right. So, but could have did better, but I did the best that I could.
Right. And then you got down there to Mount St. Joe with Coach Charles Mason, and let's talk about that experience a little bit.
It was just a great experience just to have a mentor, somebody to guide me, lead me, tell me the right things to do, not only about wrestling, but about life and about school. You know, that's always a blessing to have, you know, and knowing the things that I had to do off the mat to get better on the mat. Like, that's what he really excelled in helping me in. And that's when I finally realized I had to do certain things like run, eat a little better, and drill more to get better.
Yeah, big shout out to Coach Mason, doing big things down there, helping so many wrestlers in the community, Cincinnati, and all over Ohio. He's one of the top coaches in Ohio, in my opinion.
Right, yes, sir.
But yeah, football. So you played football also there. How'd that go?
It was super good. Actually, I was every year in football season, I was always a little banged up, though. You know, I didn't have the right people or the right things in place to actually take care of my body to the best of my ability. Mm-hmm. But I was still able to excel at a high level, even though I was always banged up in football. You know, but like I said, it was always about doing the summer workouts. And like I said, it's about what you do outside of practice, not what you do inside of practice. That's what's going to help you excel on the field or on the mat. So,
you hold any records there for football?
Longest touchdown, 90 yards. I think probably all-purpose yards. Mm-hmm. A couple.
Yeah, you got some. I know you had some records down there.
Yes, sir.
And that got you an invite to Cincinnati Bengals, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about that experience.
It was amazing just to see all the D1 guys and D2 guys out there, like, you know, everybody that's supposed to be better than this D3 guy coming up there to compete and do a pro day and fly around and catch the ball. Like, going up there and seeing all those guys, it let me know that I was able and that I was capable, and as long as I got the right things in place, I can do whatever I want to do. I left knowing that I was the best one there. Right. And I think that's the biggest thing God wanted to show me.
And then from there, you said, I'm going to go ahead and take this fighting thing serious. What made you want to, man, you got to be crazy to be a fighter. I was talking to Tony. Big shout out to Tony, the Hulk Johnson. He was just here the other day. Yeah. And, you know, it takes a particular mindset to be a fighter, to want to walk into that cage, man. What gave you that confidence or the thought process to say, man, I can do it?
I mean, to be honest, Charles Mason took me to visit MMA when I was a freshman in high school.
Okay.
And I seen Tony Johnson and everybody down there sparring, and I was like, I ain't gonna be doing this when I get older.
Right.
And I just think the more I wrestled and got around guys who did MMA and stuff, I'm like, and like seeing my friend Dylan Booker, I wrestled with him in college. He made it to the UFC.
Yeah.
And like seeing guys like him make it, like I knew I had the ability to do it. I'm like, if I'm not focusing on football, if I'm not focusing on wrestling, if I'm not focusing on these other sports that I played in high school and devote my time to this particular thing, like I can be good at it.
I remember, I don't know if you remember, you used to come train with us a little bit and help us out as well. And I was like, hey, man, you ever thought about fighting?
Yeah.
You was like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, no, I remember that 100%.
Yeah, I was like, boy, you'll be good. Yeah.
Yes, sir. But yeah, it was kind of that, just knowing like, you know, like I just tried out for the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't want to really go overseas and play sports like football and stuff. I'd rather stay home with my two beautiful little kids.
Right.
And so I'm like, I get to devote my time to this one sport, like, and practice as much as I want and train as hard as I want. Like, I can be good at it.
Yeah. And you're young enough and you're getting into the sport at the right time where the money is going to be bigger. Back in my day, you know, there were no weight classes. Yeah, it was different. So, so I had to kind of go a different route, you know, when it came to the MMA, but I always had trained. And by the time I was able to kind of start going for it, I was too old, you know, time had already passed. But you're in the right pocket, man. How is your support team when it comes to helping you train and so forth like that?
I think it's amazing. I got Joey Patterson. His dad and my dad were best friends growing up. So it's like, so knowing like they had a bond and it's like trickled down to me and him. It's like super cool, like knowing there's somebody that I can lean on. Jeremy Penner, a great coach, great jiu-jitsu artist. Like he knows what he's talking about on the ground. And then I think just like my wife who supports me, I think that's the biggest thing. She allows me to go to as much practice as I can, train as much as I want. I take the kids to practice. So it's like my wife believing in me, I think that's a huge part of me, like, being successful.
That's dope. You definitely need that support in your corner. You have to have people that's going to point you in the right direction and not going to give you wrong information and so forth like that. You have a fight coming up, August 7th, right?
Yes.
Hard Rock Cafe, Cincinnati, Ohio. You ready?
Yes, sir. I'm excited. I'm ready to go.
I'm excited for you, man. And that's why I wanted to kind of also bring you here to promote your show, your fight. We call them shows. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We you know, even though it's a fight, we call it a show.
Putting on a show.
Yeah, you're going to put on a show, man. Your last fight, tell the people how that ended.
They say it's a Superman uppercut.
I never saw it before until you did it, man. That's your move, man. That's your move. I never seen nobody do that except for Mighty Mouse, like the actual, that's or Haruken.
Yeah,
you know, that was. Hey, but you did it in the fight, man. I never saw that live, but that was dope. Talk about that experience afterwards. How'd that feel?
It was like a surreal moment, like traveling up to Philadelphia on my first time fighting on a bigger promotion, you know, like with my two coaches, Joey and Jeremy, you know, us creating a bond and staying in a hotel and, you know, going around in Uber, seeing a Rocky statue and stuff. And then they had the soccer game going up there, so it was a lot of Brazilians and stuff out there, so it was packed. So it was like, it felt like I was doing what I was supposed to be doing for a living. And it kind of, like, it was a moment, like, when we was up there and I told my coaches, like, it just felt like something just clicked. Like, this is where I'm supposed to be. Like, this is destiny. Like, this is what I should be doing instead of working every single day. You know, like, this is my life. And so to go out there, and I just remember a specific moment, my coach was like, Cornell, remember who you are. And it just calmed all my nerves down, and I looked at my opponent and I said, well, it's time. Like I'm going to be victorious today. And then when I hit the move, I hit a flying knee. Didn't even know it just happened. It wasn't something that I planned, but it was just like, my body just reacted and I hit the move, and it was like, okay, so I know I've been training a decent amount to where my body can just react now. So I think it was just a special feeling.
Yeah, it was dope to see. I saw it.
Yes, sir.
Hey, tell me your mindset from weigh-in to the walk in to the until when you first get into the cage. Like, where are you at mentally?
Mentally, I try to I'm staying calm,
Yes.
most importantly, but it's like I'm laughing, I'm joking, I'm not super dialed in. Like I used to have this thing where I used to listen to music before wrestling matches and I would get too focused
Mm-hmm.
to where I feel like it's a point like the music is trying to take over me and I'm not being myself. So I do this thing now where I don't listen to music at all before my fights or before I compete. So I can just naturally be within myself. And I can talk to God the whole way while I'm walking, while I'm stepping in the ring. So I tell a lot of my friends and practice partners, like when I'm in the ring and when I'm walking up there, I'm praying each step. I'm like, God, thank you for giving me the ability to be able to do this. God, thank you for protecting me and getting me to this moment. So most of the time, I'm just thinking of God in my mind.
And it's dope. And that's wonderful to hear because each fighter has a different mindset.
Right.
You know what I mean? Some people are all over the place.
Yeah.
Me, I was calm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was ready. I'm coming in there.
Right.
But like you said, I wasn't all over the place. I would be focused. But I was never nervous.
Right.
You know what I mean? I could be anxious. You know, you get that little
Yeah.
butterflies in your stomach where you know I'm about to punch you in the face.
For sure.
That one feeling, but I was never angry. Do you ever get angry when you get in there?
No, I don't get angry at all. I often smile at my opponents when we're facing off because it's like, like what I'm about to do to you is not
Yeah.
personal. It's just the work that I've put in, like it's going to pay off today.
Yeah.
And it's like, you going to go home, hopefully, and I'm going to go home.
Right. I remember a weigh-in, I had this guy, man, he was staring me down. Like, he was really, really, like, trying to punk me out.
Right.
And it just made me kind of laugh on the inside because I'm going to dog you.
Like Mike Tyson said, everybody got a plan till they get punched in the mouth.
Right.
So,
Right. So when you see that, so now everybody kind of, in order to promote the fight, you kind of have to talk trash and all that.
yeah.
Are you going to get involved in that? How are you going to sell your fights? How will you sell your fights?
I think I'm going to sell myself by being authentically myself.
Yeah.
I think naturally I can be humorous and be funny and, I can stay calm and be polite.
Yeah.
And I believe people going to love me for who I am.
Right.
Because I'm an exciting fighter and I can put shows on. They say I'm a wrestler, but I'm probably not going to lay on you. I'm going to inflict damage. I'm going to inflict pain,
Yeah.
So I just think naturally I'm going to sell a lot of tickets because of what God built me to be.
Yeah. You, like I said, you're exceptional athlete, exceptional wrestler, and you have striking ability. Your attributes that you maintain, you have an edge before you even step into the ring. Knowing that you have an edge, how does that make you feel?
I think it makes me feel calm. It makes me feel like I can resort to something if I need it, but it's also like I've put in a lot of work, so it's like, will I really need it?
Right.
So it's like, if you want to strike, I'm going to strike with you. If you want to grapple, I'm going to grapple with you. If you want to roll around, I'm going to roll around with you. So
the one bit of advice, if I can give you, and going into that ring and fighting and putting on the show, is to do not pay any attention to the outside. Once you're in there, you're in there. Don't try to make a fight go longer. Don't try to get in there and do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
yes, sir.
There are going to be people that they have side bets going on. They're going to be talking all this trash, and just turn it off.
Right.
If you can. And I'm sure you've already, know what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you can, because I remember when I was getting in there and it kind of got to me.
Yeah.
Clouded. So I just wanted to. I'm sure nobody else probably gonna mention that to you.
Yeah, and that's the first time. So
Yeah. It happened. I was in the ring and I can hear people, I got money on you, boy. Hey, all this
Yeah.
stuff, right? and it made me feel good at the moment. But it also distracted me.
Right.
Um, and that's why we talk about getting your mind right. You have to have your mind right.
Yes, sir.
You're on the right path, but keeping God right with you and praying every step of the way. I commend you on that. And I'm proud of you, man. I truly am. I was able to be on the outside and watch you grow. I knew your dad. I didn't know him very, very well, but he was well respected.
Yes, sir.
I used to see you guys work out in the gym early in the morning. You remember I saw you.
Yeah.
I saw you working out. You saw me working out. You know what I'm saying? But you want to talk about your dad for a moment?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel that he's a great man. And yeah, talk about your pops for a second.
Man, my dad was just a great person overall. He instilled hard work in me, leadership, qualities to take care of the people around me that love me. He used to wake me up at 4 a.m. to go work out before football workouts at 6 a.m. And he used to always just tell me, like, if you want to be the best, this is what you got to do.
Yeah.
I wasn't always first on the depth chart or even second on the depth chart, but my dad always told me if you keep hammering that sign, eventually the nail going to go through. So, and I just think, like, him being a loving person to my whole family and everybody around me helps me be a loving person, be that puzzle piece that everybody need. It's like, he's the type of person that can gather the world and bring them together. And that's the type of light I want to bring to society today.
Yeah. So he's definitely still with us in our hearts. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And you can't give that up. I have a song called You Live On.
Right.
And it speaks about our loved ones, not necessarily losing them, because they're with us forever.
Yes, sir.
So you got to hold on to that. He's going to walk you through. He's going to be with you every step of the way.
Right.
So I truly believe that. As we said, August 7th.
Yes, sir.
Hard Rock Cafe, Cincinnati. You got any predictions?
Like I told my coach, I'm prepared to go all 3 rounds and I'm prepared to go to war. But I feel like something special going to happen. So if you can be there, be there.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Yeah. Tell the people how they can find you and where they can purchase tickets.
You can find me on Instagram at Cornell Beachem Jr. Tickets in my bio, or you can type in cffc.com and it'll take you to Cage Fury Fighting. And you can scroll down and it'll be a link on August 7th. So.
And Cage Fury, is that Cincinnati based or is that?
It's Philly based.
It's Philly.
I believe they're based in Philly.
Okay. Cool. What are your goals after the fight? What give me your plans for the next several fights.
So win this fight, maybe get bigger opportunities, UFC, PFL, any promotion. Just keep practicing and keep hammering away. Be able to start working less and hopefully focusing more on my fight career as time goes on, even though I still train a lot, even though I work full time. So it's really just, I want to be world champ. I want to be the best. Anything I do, I want to be the best at it. So my ultimate goal is UFC world champ, but I'm going to just keep taking it one fight at a time, keep preparing my body and my jiu-jitsu and striking and boxing, and just go from there.
I heard you just mention that you're still working full time. What kind of work do you do?
I work at a residential facility working with kids that got mental health disorders and, them being left by their loved ones and they struggle in life. So.
And you're a college graduate?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What's your field?
Sports management and business.
Got you. And working with the kids, how does that help you?
It's humbled me a lot. It makes me realize that everybody you meet may be going through something a little bit more than you, and you got to be that little bit of light that gives them a positive look on life, and knowing their stories and their situations, a lot of us are blessed, and we got to know that and understand that.
You've overcome a lot of adversity, passing of your father, injury. What helped you to get your mind right, to not want to give up, knowing that even though you heard your dad say, hey, you keep hitting that nail and it's eventually going to go through. You keep hammering away. You keep hammering away. What made you still believe that?
Man, I think it was that hearing his little voice in the back of my mind, like, and it's far back because you still have days where you're depressed and you're going through it emotionally and you want to give up, but it's deep down in you that you hear that little voice, and then you may start praying to God or what you believe in, and that's what help you dig it out even more. That's what help you get on to the next day, and I also just tell myself one more day.
I like that. One more day.
Yeah,
One more day. And we can do it. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It might take a while,
but just
but
one
it's
more
one more
day.
day. One more day. I'm going to add that
Yes,
to
sir.
my regiment because I haven't had that in there, but I every day when I get up, I say, you give me another opportunity.
Exactly.
Thank you for the opportunity.
For
Each
sure.
day I wake up. Thank you for the opportunity to be a better me, be a better person,
Yes, sir.
have better thoughts, make better decisions. So I'm gonna add that in there
Yeah, no, it's
today.
good. It's a good one.
That's dope. That's dope. Um, Last but not least, and this is important, um, sponsorships, um, endorsements. Um, are you getting any opportunities yet?
I've got a couple, not too many, not too many to where I can fully focus on my career. That's where I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get to the spot where I can get sponsors and people to believe in me and support my journey. Because I mean it when I say I'm gonna be a UFC world champ, and I want people in the community and local businesses to believe in me as well. And honestly, it's gonna take me doing it, and then they'll believe in me. But I'm here to tell you, like, if you trust me, I trust you. Let's build together, and let's build a champ from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yeah. And I support you, man.
Yes, sir.
I support you 100%. I know that you're going to be a champion. And I just can't wait to
Yes,
see your
sir.
hand raised. You know what I mean? Because you're a hard worker, extremely positive, and powerful, man. Powerful young man.
Yes, sir.
Husband, father. You just do a lot, man. And I appreciate what you do and what you bring to the world because there's so many different types of personalities that they try to portray, but you don't fit that mold
Yes, sir.
at all. How are you able to stay true to you?
I think me staying true to me is God at the end of the day, and knowing myself, like looking out the window and seeing everybody be who they're not, and I don't want to be that person. I got friends and family who I look at them and be like, that's not you.
Yeah.
And it's like, that encourages me to be me, to let them know, like, you can be you and still make it in this world. You can be you and be a positive look on life. So I think just seeing a lot of friends and people around me not be their authentic self and seeing it hurt them and keep them in the dark situations and sad all day, like, I'm meant to be me so I can be that light on everybody who can't find themselves.
Give me your top 3 most memorable accomplishments.
Man, I'm going to say number 1, trying out for the Cincinnati Bengals, because I even have my own friends that told me that I wouldn't even get a tryout or I wouldn't be close to making it and I should give up football.
Yeah.
So, like, going in that facility and hearing Zach Taylor give us a speech telling us that some of us will get a call and some of us won't, that was enough for me. That was enough to, God put that in my life so I could heal a certain part of me. So that was amazing to me, like, even though I got there. So,
Yeah.
Number 2, probably winning nationals. Winning nationals, even though my dad had just passed away, we just lost our family home. Me and all 4 of my sisters and nieces and nephews was moving out of our family home. So just to win that in the midst of so much adversity going on in my life, and I have a newborn baby daughter, You know, like, that was a very special moment to me because it was like, even though you're going through the darkest times, like, you can get to the end. You can finish this race.
Yeah.
And my number 3 best accomplishment. It's a tough one. That's a tough one. I would say just this last fight. My last fight would be my 3rd best accomplishment because then again, people told me like I shouldn't take the fight. I should stay on the regional scene a little longer, not go up to a bigger promotion, like just take my time. And I had a little thought in the back of my mind where God was like, sign this contract. So my last fight, I signed the contract just because they sent it to me. I ain't had nobody look over it. I was like, I'm fighting. Like, God told me to do this. Let's do this. Like, he leading me, nobody else. And I'm going to be me. So.
Your record is 4-1 right now professionally, correct?
Yes, sir.
What happened in the one learn? Because I don't use the word lost.
The one learn was just me controlling my pace, controlling my tempo. I was touching him up. I dropped him 4 times, had him hurt multiple times. Learning my awareness in the cage, when to pounce on him and when to let him stand back up if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
It was, first time being 165 pounds since my sophomore year of high school, freshman year of high school. So I just think everything had a factor in it. I condone him, a man of God, came in there ready for war. I beat him up pretty bad and he withstood the storm and he finished me. Do a rear naked choke in the 2nd round, so I condone him. But it was definitely a learning lesson for me, and God put me in that certain situation so I could learn and grow from it. So,
yeah. As we get ready to kind of go into your next stage of fatherhood, fighting, and becoming stable. What do you think is going to take? What are your goals? Where do you want to end up at?
Man,
Other than world champion, I know that, but other than that, where do you want to end up at?
my main goal is I want to give back to the kids who deserve it. I want to be a positive light in lower income neighborhoods. I want to travel the world and see different places and different countries and be able to be the light and spread the word and the truth. And I want to help as much people as I can. That's my main goal. One of the reasons me and my wife got together was because that was one of her main goals. She wanted to be able to speak the truth and life into people in different countries and in lower income neighborhoods and be able to let those people know that they can do it.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's dope, and I definitely respect that wholeheartedly. I want you to look into that camera before we get out of here. And you tell those kids, you tell your peers what it takes to get your mind right.
Man, to get your mind right, first, just believe in yourself. Talk to yourself in the mirror. Tell yourself you can do it. And just keep hammering the nail. Keep putting the work in. It's always going to be outside noise, but the only noise that matters is what's inside your heart and inside your mind. And always remember, it only takes one more day.
One more day. And again, August 7th,
Yes,
2026, Cincinnati, Ohio, Hard Rock Cafe. Tell them where they can find you at one more time.
Instagram at Cornell Beachem Jr. You can find the tickets at cffc.tv. And then you can scroll down to August 7th and you'll be able to find the ticket link for Hard Rock, Cincinnati, Ohio. August 7th, fight starts at 7 p.m. Doors open at 6.
And we're going to be signing off for Cornell Beachem Jr. I'm Kool Ken. You can find me Kool Ken Z15. So everything. This podcast will be aired one of these upcoming Wednesdays, as we're releasing one every Wednesday. And it's available on all podcast platforms. I'm your host, Kool Ken. Get your mind right. Peace.
Sometimes just listen. no need to chime. I'm giving you knowledge, not dropping a dime. Wanna give you the jewels to use them as tools. Wanna see you move forward and see you improve. Pull you out of the dark and into the light. Stand tall and be ready to fight. Get your mind right. Time flies, stop wasting your time. I'm going for mine to the end of the line. Never said it was easy, but steady I climb. Staying focused in the limelight. Get your mind right. Time flies, stop wasting your time. I'm going for mine to